host, Alexis, and this is episode 14. So we're just going to give it a little bit of a second here and wait for some people to stroll on in because I'm doing it at a different time this month because I have things to do later on. But I wanted to keep it consistent. I wanted to keep it at least every second Sunday of the month. So we're in here a little bit earlier. That's okay. So let's talk about what we are focusing on for today. Let me get my stuff up in front of me. Today's an interesting topic, okay? We have Valentine's Day coming up, and while everyone is focused on love and relationships, we're going to dive into one of the most overlooked yet most important relationships in your life, the one you have with money. So, why does this conversation matter? Okay. I felt like I needed to do, let me just fix this real quick. I felt like I needed to do an episode on the relationship that we have with money, as I'm currently have been healing my own relationship with money through the last couple of years and really focused on the spiritual, combining the spiritual with the kind of like basic common sense fiscal responsibilities within the last year, I'd say. Um, what I've realized is that if we don't first heal the issues around our relationship with money, anything else that we do concerning manifestation is null and void. So that's why this conversation matters. Your financial situation isn't separate from your emotions, beliefs, and behaviors, it's a reflection of them. If you feel anxious, avoidant, resentful towards money, those emotions will show up in your financial reality. So today we're doing the metaphysics of money, basically. While most of us were not taught how to have a healthy relationship with money, I know I wasn't, even though I had a pretty good childhood, I still wasn't taught how to manage money properly. Okay. In fact, talking about money in certain families is still considered taboo. Like you're not supposed to talk about that. Like why are we no, we don't talk about money at the table. We're expected to kind of figure it out on our own, but we aren't given the tools to heal our financial wounds. So we're like stuck. We get into adulthood with all these wounds from what we've seen other people do deal with in regards to finances, and we don't have the tool set to figure it out on our own. So we just carry that pattern on. Just like a romantic relationship, your attachment style, money's love language, all of that stuff impacts how we interact with the prosperity frequency. Are you constantly checking your bank account? Are you always afraid of not having enough? Do you avoid looking at your finances altogether? Do you desire wealth but sabotage it when opportunities come knocking? So, today, we're going to unpack the love language of money, your attachment style to wealth, and also we'll bring awareness to like unconscious patterns that are underlying and how to shift these patterns from a place of fear or scarcity to a place of security and empowerment. Okay. Because really, your relationship with money is going to be the key to your manifestation magic. And if you haven't even considered how your how what your situationship is with money yet, and you've already been trying the manifestation spells and the candles and the journal writings and the 369s and all that, but nothing is popping off, this is why. So happy Valentine's Day. Let's talk about your relationship with money. Okay, the goal isn't just to manifest more money, by the way, right? It's to create this thriving, secure relationship with money so that you can Picture money as a tool that supports you instead of feeling like a source of stress or struggle, because that's not what money is. And if that's what you feel money is, you already have you in a toxic relationship, baby. You in a toxic relationship. So let's figure it out. By the end of this episode, you will have a clearer understanding of your own money dynamic and practical ways to shift it into a more aligned and abundant mindset. Prosperity frequency, baby. Okay, so let's talk about money's love language. What is money's love language? Spoiler alert, she fickle. It's all of them. Money needs all five love languages to truly thrive in your life. So we have words of affirmation, right? Speak about money with gratitude and confidence, not fear or resentment. Money doesn't like to be feared. Money doesn't like to be hated on. Money likes to be loved. So love up on money. Don't talk bad about it, and talk nice to it. Words of affirmation. So that's number one. Acts of service, manage it well. Budgeting, investing, and making intentional financial choices is going to show respect. Is going to be that act of service that is managing and budgeting your money correctly. You're taking care of it. You're balancing your checkbook. You did that act of service. She loves that. Bonus points. Receiving gifts. So money loves gifts. Money loves to be gifted. Money loves to get gifts. Money loves circulation. Keep it going. Pass it forward. Pay it forward, right? Spending and investing wisely is definitely part of this. Keeping it flowing, right? Keeping it compounding, and investing in things that are going to compound your investment. So that's definitely like receiving gifts from keeping that money flow, but also charitable work, like giving back. That money energy of receive and give, right? That's all that ebb and flow. So if you are using your money for charitable purposes, or you're giving back to things that you feel is important to you, to your community, to your family, to your friends, then to the world in general, then what you can expect is money to continue that ebb and flow. So it dipped down when you gave, you charitably gave, right? And then you should expect it to come back up and flow. So receiving gifts, quality time, pay attention to it. I'm guilty of this one. Not spending enough quality time with my money, not checking my bank account, not regularly checking in on my finances, kind of avoiding them, just being like, I'm supported, I'll be supported. Shh, don't look at it. It will support me. And kind of like wishing for the best. God bless to always be supported, but I'm not, that's not enough quality time. We got to spend a little bit more quality time with our money. So yeah, she wants the time. She also wants the physical touch, guys. So yes, cash in hand. Even if you're not in the habit of carrying cash anymore, because the majority of us aren't, makes me feel like there's a reason for that. But cash in hand, having that metal, that coin, that paper, right? Because that's what it is mostly, in your hand, that precious gold, dare I say. Some of us are lucky enough to have some bars. Having it physically within our aura, in our space, being able to hold it and touch it, it strengthens your connection with the frequency of money. So yeah, maybe you're not used to carrying money, and you're not just going to start like taking money out the ATM and just like keep it in your pocket because you're going to spend it more and all that stuff. And I get that and I hear that. But have maybe a ritualistic bundle of money that you like don't touch and use as like a sacred piece for your altar or something like that. Or spend like charitably little by little on some stuff. But having it in your hand, having cash on hand, is going to just energetically strengthen your connection with money. Money likes to be physically touched. touch up on money. Okay. Um, so those are money's love languages. Okay. It's all of them. She's all of them. You have to do all of the things. Neglect one, and money might ghost you. Treat it right, and she'll most likely stick around. Okay. But let's unpack now your attachment style to money. So you might have heard of relationship attachment styles, and this is the same thing, but this is going to be applicable to your relationship with your finances, right? So what is the money attachment style? Just like in relationships, we all have these subconscious patterns with money that dictate how we interact with it. We all have these subconscious patterns with relationships and interpersonal communication that kind of dictate our relationships moving forward into adulthood, right? Your attachment style with money is kind of the same, is based on your beliefs, emotions, and experiences around your finances, many of which started in your childhood. So if you could already think back to the way that your caregivers thought about money, talked about money, this can give you an insight into your money attachment style. If you struggle with financial consistency, emotional spending, or even money guilt, chances are that your attachment style is playing a crucial role here. So let's go through the 4 money attachment styles, breaking it down one by one. I'm sure somebody has come up with this before, but we're breaking them down as according to the basic romance or relationship attachment styles. Um, Starting with the anxious attachment. Okay, so anxious attachment, the clingy, fearful approach. Does that sound familiar? Constantly checking your bank account, worrying about not having enough. Hoarding money out of fear of losing it. Like, I just got to keep these $5 right here because I need it. If at least I will have $5. No, even when you have savings in your bank account and you're acting weird or you don't want to spend the money, be logical about these situations. Is your attachment to these dollars anxious? Does thinking about money give you anxiety? Do you feel guilty about spending even on necessities and self-care? Here's an example of an anxious attachment to money. You get paid and instantly stress out about the next bill, feeling like there's never enough, even when there is, because like you literally just got paid. Like, chill, take a breath, breathe. You just got paid. How are you anxious already before you even spent money? Money gives you anxiety. How this can affect your finances. It creates financial stress. It blocks abundance. It leads to lack mentality, scarcity based decision making. When we energetically work from those places, you can refer back to all the first couple of episodes of Moonlit Metaphysics when we talk about the universal laws, and you would see how your energy dictates your reality. So if you're having an anxious attachment to money, or you're fearful about your bill even before you even got to pay it, when payday arrived and your bank account is in plus, but you're still stressing, no. This is going to lead you to make decisions that are based in lack, based in fear of losing money. And that's going to ripple effect into the rest of your finances. Let me know in the chat if this hits. Are you an anxious attachment? Is your money attachment style anxious? Avoidant attachment. This is the don't look at it approach. I'm just going to like avoid it completely. Like I said earlier, the not spending quality time on it, you more than most likely, if that's you more than most likely have an avoidant attachment style to money. You're like, I'm not even gonna, she good. I don't gotta call her. She's fine. Ignoring money completely, never checking your balances, avoiding bills, not knowing where your money goes, that's avoidant attachment to money. Energetically, that's not a good look. That's pushing money away. That's telling the universe, I don't care about what it is. And so it doesn't matter to me if it goes up or down or left or right. I have no plan for it. There's no reason for me to look at it. What this does is make you become overwhelmed by the financial responsibility and you just push it to the side, right? I'm sure we felt that. We tell ourselves, I'll deal with it later. But we never actually like confront the actual numbers. Like, oh yeah, I know I'm in debt. I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. But like, what is it? What's the actual number? And what's your plan of action to tackle that? Are you avoiding your money completely? Like, for example, you know a bill is due, but you rather pretend it doesn't exist and just not deal with the stress. You're like, nah, 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 nah. Like, I let them cut my shit off. Whatever. I can't right now. Whatever. Avoid an attachment. How this affects your finances energetically, this is going to lead to missed opportunities, financial chaos, and surprise money stress. Why surprise? Why are you always having these crazy surprises where money is draining from you? Because you're not paying attention to your money. You're avoiding it completely. You would have not been surprised if you knew what was going on, but energetically, you're like, you know what? I don't give a fuck about this bitch. That's what you said to money. That's what you said to her. And she's like, word, bet. Surprise. You owe me. Okay. So let me know in the chat if your attachment style to money is avoidant attachment. Then we have the disorganized or what is known as anxious avoidant attachment style, generally toxic relationship attachment style. It's the love-hate relationship. It's swinging obsessively between controlling money and completely ignoring money. It's feeling unworthy of wealth. It's sabotaging financial success when it does come. You have a job opportunity, you're like, no, I can't do that. I'm not like, I can't. I will never be able to fit those qualifications of that job. If they reach out to you and it's an opportunity that is knocking on your door, why do you think that you're not worthy of it? This also comes up as experiencing deep fear around money, yet also craving financial security. So you're like, I want to be rich. I'm doing affirmations about being a millionaire. I'm going to be the next millionaire. I'm a millionaire. This is my millionaire year. 2025 is my millionaire year. Yet you're subconsciously or maybe even consciously fearful of getting a lot of money because that would mean that certain benefits would be cut off, that your rent would increase, that you would have to leave where you currently are, that you would lose your insurance, that you'd have to pay more in taxes. Does that ring a bell? Because how do you want to be a millionaire, but you're not ready for the things that come along with being a millionaire? Even though many of the millionaires and billionaires loophole and avoid paying taxes in some strange way. But that's my money block right there, hating on the billionaires instead of like joining the club, figuring out how they're doing it and doing it. That's okay. I'm right there. Anyways, the disorganized or anxious avoidant attachment style comes up as like if you manifest unexpected income, but then you impulsively spend it. You're like, yes, spend all that thing that I just won in that little scratch off lotto ticket. Or you accidentally lose track of it. Like, yeah, I have this money saved. I keep it over here. Like, I know what I'm doing. And then it's like, I don't know how that money went down so much. Like, you're back and forth with it. You're swinging obsessively between trying to control it, all the little details of it, and completely ignoring it. Okay? This is going to create financial instability. Energetically, this is self-sabotage. That's what that is. Energetically, this is going to create a a difficulty to sustain abundance. It's going to come and go, come and go, come and go. So if you're the individual that finds your money coming and going without kind of explanation, and you're just like, I just don't understand how I had it and then like I spent it, like that was crazy, like these things are so expensive, like inflation, it's more than most likely because you have an anxious avoidant attachment style with money. You're sabotaging yourself by not giving it the treatment and attention and love language that it needs. So secure attachment style, right? Like, because that's where we're all trying to be. We're trying to be secured, aligned, and balanced. The balanced and aligned approach to your finances, energetic prosperity frequency. Okay. This is how we are securely attached to the relationship that we have with money. We view money as a neutral tool. Nothing to fear, nothing to obsess about. It's paper. Chill. It's mostly not even paper. It's numbers on a screen. It's going to be okay. It's a tool for you to use. It's an energetic tool. Okay? Feeling confident in your ability to earn, save, and spend wisely is another trait of having a secure attachment to money. So if you find yourself being like, fine, copy, money is a tool. I'm going to use it. I'm going to save it properly. I'm going to invest it. I know what to do with the investing. I'm confident on that. I got a good flow coming in. I know what to do with it. Great. That's an indicator that you have a secure attachment style with money. Good job. Also, trusting money to support you when taking aligned action. So if you do take a financial risk, having the trust that you will be supported, cushioned, that there's a plan B, having the trust, and actually having a plan B helps, right? But having the trust that that plan B will work, that if you have a plan C will work. Having trust that the ebb will return as a flow. So this looks like you checking your finances regularly, you making an intentional move with money, having specific money motives and making moves with money, telling money what to do, taking money out on a date, telling her this is what we're going to do, bitch. She loves that. And trusting that abundance flows even if you're spending because you're confident in your ability to invest and save. Because you got to like that. Secure. How this affects your wealth and your finances. It creates long-term wealth, financial stability, and freedom, which is kind of what we're trying to get. So if we're looking for financial stability, if we're looking for financial freedom, but we are hitting bumps in the road, I need you to first pay attention to the way that you're treating your money. Are you nice to it? Be nice to her. Let's get into a little bit of a different dynamic here because this is, so yeah, money, love, languages are all of them. Surprise. Your money attachment style absolutely has to do with and reflects your financial reality. The way that you emotionally connect to money reflects your financial reality, right? But on an even deeper level, we're going to talk about the particular type of relationship that money likes. So money, all the love languages, but one of the biggest energetic shifts that you can make besides shifting your attachment style, right? Like understanding, being conscious of where you are there and like navigating that, taking care of that. One of the biggest shifts that you can make is realizing that money is meant to be submissive to you, not the other way around. Money is a sub. She likes to be domed. Point blank, period. The most powerful aspect of money's submissive energy is the need for decision reprieve. And if you're into subdom, you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. It doesn't want to be in charge. Money thrives when it has a clear direction and purpose. Like the sub. in a submissive dominant partnership dynamic, money wants to be led by a strong, confident hand. If you hesitate, second guess, or avoid making financial decisions, money becomes stagnant or disappears. She don't like that. Like, what am I even doing here? Like, what am I doing here? It doesn't want to be in immediate or obvious control. It doesn't want to be an obvious control. It wants you to take the lead in control in a way that it's making you take the lead, but like, take the lead, provide structure for me, create a game plan for me. The more decisively you move with money, the more it flows. Money doesn't want to be needed. Money doesn't want to be needed. It wants to be wanted. So if you're desperate, anxious, or overly reliant on it, money pulls away. Financial prosperity frequency hums. The amplitude of the financial prosperity frequency reduces to a hum. Just like any submissive partner, when they feel pressured to take control or if they feel unsafe in the situation, they're out. They're almost no longer submissive anymore. They don't like it. They're out. On the other hand, when you embody confidence and clarity and purpose, money is naturally drawn to you. Now you activated the magnetic energy of money, which we've talked about in past episodes. So now you've magnetized yourself towards amplifying that prosperity frequency. So are you being submissive to money? Do you feel like money calls the shots in your life? Are you waiting for it to choose instead of taking the lead? Like, are you literally waiting for money to tell you what to do with it? Do you feel powerless over your financial situation? I have before. That's because I was making money in the dom. She don't like that. She do not like that. So if you've been doing these things, you might be letting money play the dominant role in your life when in reality, you are meant to be in control. Okay, so how do you lead money like a secure dominant partner? A secure, safe, healthy dominant partner. This reminds me of, not that I was talking about sub and dom with my middle school and high school students, but this brings me back to sexual health education class. And it's really important to make sure we have healthy relationships. Like, we can't just go about life blindly moving into relationships and partnerships with individuals, like not haphazardly caring about our beliefs, our actions, our behaviors, the way we speak to people. We can't just blindly do that. Okay. That's not a good look for human evolution and spiritual growth. Okay. If you don't care about those things, then do whatever you want. But if you care about being a good person, you have to be conscious about your relationships with people. You have to make sure that you engage in healthy relationship practices. So the same things that I was telling my middle school and high school students about engaging in healthy relationships, right? Knowing where the red flags are is the same thing I'm going to tell you about your relationship with money. And this is, by the way, this is in a time period when we were able to say the word gender in classrooms, but backing up. How to lead your money like a secure dominant partner. Be decisive. Have clear goals, financial plans. Money respects direction. Be decisive with your money. Take initiative. Make strategic moves. Invest wisely. Pursue new opportunities. Like, if you're not happy there, don't stay there. Take the initiative to find another opportunity that is more aligned with what it is you're looking for, what it is you're looking to experience on a daily basis, and more aligned with your financial vision, your goal. Okay? Don't stay there if they're not giving you a raise. Be attentive. Finally, Just as a submissive partner kind of thrives under leadership, money flows where attention goes. So be attentive. Be attentive to your money. Don't anxiously avoid it. We need to be attentive. Okay? When you start treating money as a responsive energy that follows your lead, just like any other energy, right? When all is mental and we are the magician, when we start treating money in that same way, because I know a lot of us haven't even though we're, we claim to be spiritual in nature, or we love the woo, we haven't even thought about money in that way. Money has always been very physical and third dimensional to us, to some of us. Let me know if this is a new way in the chat, if you've never even thought about money in this relationship dynamic. But anyways, when you think of money like that, as this responsive energy that follows your lead, rather than something that you have to chase, you shift into that secure financial attachment style that enables you to change your attachment style to money, be more secure with it, one where money feels safe, valued, and like excited to stay in your life because you got plans for this bitch. You're going places. And she's like, what? We're out. And we're going to compound, triple compound. I don't really know anything about those things, but I'm learning. And that's the point. That's the point. Right? So, which attachment style resonated with you the most? Again, drop it in the comments or just take a moment to like sit with that. Avoidant, anxious, both. The very toxic, disorganized, chaotic, anxious, avoidant style. And if you recognize any anxious or avoidant tendencies, don't worry. It's not set in stone. Like, that's the great thing about energy. Recognizing energy allows us to shift energy. Just like in relationships, healing your money attachment style starts with awareness. I'm going to say it because what? All is mental. Episode 1. Throwing it back. But it's true. Okay. And a lot of us, we haven't even, I know it's taken me the last few years. I've been like really conscious about the way I'm thinking about the frequency of prosperity. I don't even like to call it money because it's not as simple as money. It's not just about the dollar bill, right? It's about the energy behind it. Okay, so now that we have uncovered these patterns, I want to talk about where they come from and how to shift them. Okay, so as we know, as I've said, money is neutral. Your perception creates your relationship with money. All is mental. Money has no emotion. That dollar bill has no emotion. And technically speaking, the prosperity frequency, the energy that is associated with money, is also neither good or bad, as all energies are, right? It's our perception. The only thing that money holds energetically is the meaning we assign to it. So shifting our perception around our relationship with money starts with the understanding that at its core, money is just energy. It's paper, it's numbers on a screen. They're fake. They go up, they go down. It's a tool for exchange. But our experiences and our beliefs turn it into something emotionally charged. Feels icky. Feels stupid. If money feels stressed, you feel stressed when you talk about money, or guilty, or ashamed. It's not the money itself doing that to you. She didn't do that to you. It's the story you've attached to it, your attachment style to money. So pause for a second and I just want you to think about what emotions come up for you when you think about money. What energies, I just got a whole body tingle because I think like I'm shifting my thoughts about money and I'm no longer getting like, fuck money. Like I'm getting like, yay, money. So sit and think what emotions come up, what thoughts in your mind, what memories, what feelings, what physical sensations come up. Fear, excitement, anxiety, relief. That one time that you were able to save, a couple of $1,000 in your teens, what comes up? Because this is an indication of where your story for money came from. Why are you feeling like that? Who told you that? Why? What's their relationship with money? Which brings us to our next point: childhood and generational money stories. Because most of these things that are popping up in our mind right now are our early experiences with money, and they shape our financial mindset, whether we realize it or not. Think back to your childhood real quick. Like, let's go back real quick. Let me do some sound bowls for you. How is money talked about in your home? Who talked about money in your home? How did they talk about it? Did they avoid talking about it? Did your parents fight about it? It sucks. Were you taught that money is hard to get? Money doesn't grow on trees. Did you always hear that rich people were greedy? Thinking about this kind of triggers us. Kind of triggers us. I just lost some followers on that one. People don't like to go there. People don't like to think about where their money stories originated because it literally is trauma. Was money used as a tool of control or instability in your household? Sit with that. Examples of generational money trauma. If your parents struggled financially, you might carry the belief that the financial stability is impossible. You might just straight up believe like it's not possible. I never saw anybody that was able to do it. How could I think that it's possible, right? It's just That's just one side of the story about the dynamic that your parents had with money. That doesn't have to be your story. If your family always emphasized saving every penny, you might have a built-in scarcity mindset, even when you're financially stable, which is going to prevent you from taking opportunities, taking risks that will yield high rewards. Okay. It's going to make you cheap, stagnant. Then that's going to create a money stagnation. You got to keep it flowing, remember? Or if your caregiver spent impulsively, this one like triggers me a little bit. You might feel uneasy holding on to money, subconsciously replicating the same behavior. Oof, that one smacked me upside my head because it's facts. I don't want to be like that, right? We needed that money. Why did you spend it on that frivolous luxury item? And then you grow up and you hoard all your dollars because you don't want to replicate the same behavior, which also stagnates your growth. Okay, shifting your perception in another way. So that's your parents, right? Your emotional connection to it. Then you figure out where it's coming from, probably your parents, or generational stories as well. Then you figure out that society conditions us to just straight up avoid money conversations in general. One time, one time I had financial education, and it was in like sixth grade, fifth grade, in when I lived in New Jersey. Once I moved to New York City, I never remember having another financial education class ever. And that's when I went through high school and college. That's not cool. One time in like fifth grade where we learned about balancing checkbooks. So when I got to adulthood, that information wasn't even relevant because we were all doing digital bank accounts. Okay. Money is one of the most taboo topics in our culture, but why? Because when people are disconnected from their financial power, they stay in survival mode. I'm just worried about getting the next check to pay my next bill, to put that next meal on my table. I don't have time to be talking about investing and triple compounding and S&P 500. What is done purposely, guys? This is another way where you take your power back. If we aren't taught how to create and sustain wealth, we stay stuck in financial cycles that benefit the system. Breaking free starts with healing your personal money story, understanding it, healing it, giving yourself some credit there, and not judging that, not judging what happened, not judging what you've done, how you dealt with money in the past. Just starting right now, shifting about it, shifting about the way you feel about wealth right now. Talk about it. Follow more things on social media that speaks about finances so that it's more so in your vocabulary. It's literally in your algorithmic feed, so you'll be seeing it more. Reticular activating system is going to keep it in your brain more. You're going to start manifesting the ability to work with your finances more easily. Okay? Understand that society did that to you on purpose. Let's undo it. And finally, healing begins with this awareness. So, like, once you understand where these misperceptions have originated from, your own emotional states, things like trauma that's happened to you with money, your family, your upbringing, generational trauma with money, and societal perceptions on just wealth in general, and speaking about, like, literally, like, we don't think billionaires are good people, like, as a society, you know? That says something. That's keeping us somewhere. I'm not saying to start parading the billionaires, because no, because they're not doing, a lot of them are not doing the right things. The majority of them are not doing the right things. But it's about your money story and rewriting your money story. Okay. So that's where we really need to start. I have some tips for how you can do that to build a thriving relationship with wealth. First up and foremost, we're going to identify and name your current money pattern. So, what love languages of money are you not observing? You're not loving her the way she wants to be loved. What money attachment style do you have? How can you address that? Okay. What's your dominant money pattern? Are you an anxious spender, an avoidant saver, someone who's kind of in between feast and famine? Think about that. Next, you can reframe money as a relationship, not a problem to solve. Money is not the problem. If money were a person, how would you feel? How would it feel in your presence? Would it feel ignored, resented, manipulated, worshipped? Like, how would it feel? I was just watching one of those, like, married at first sight things, and the relationship counselor said something that kind of stuck up to me. She said, the problem is the problem. The other person is not the problem. So you work with the other person to solve the problem. That's what a team does. That's what a healthy relationship does. That's what your healthy relationship with money does. Money's not the problem. The problem is the problem. Fix the problem. Don't hate on money. Reframe your relationship, your whole entire concept of money as a relationship, and treat her nice. Number 3, shift from fear-based to empowered financial habits. So replace avoidance with awareness, like committing to checking your finances regularly. Replace scarcity with trust instead of feeling like money will disappear. Affirm, meditate, do what it is that you have to do. Stop those thought processes dead in the tracks and say, like, no, 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 no. It flows in and out with purpose. I know what I got this. Replace resentment with gratitude. That's a big one. Money is neither good nor bad. It's a neutral energy. How can we practice gratitude for what you do have? Um, and number 4, I like this one. This one's a cute idea. I heard this in a financial webinar I took the other day, so I'm stealing it. Build a ritual of financial alignment, like a little ritual, like just like you would any other relationship, or even like a connection with your spirit guides at your altar. You build a little ritual that happens like once a week or once a month. Create an intentional where you create intentional money practices, like a money date, like a weekly little cute little money date, like a cutesy, very mindful check in with your finances, treating it like self care. You can add a bubble bath to that or a face mask, like treat it cute. Or adding money mantras to your daily rituals, to your practices, specific money and wealth affirmations that you say alongside all those other affirmations you do, but like in alignment, that don't stem from anxiousness or avoidance, that don't stem from resentment or fear or hatred. Like make sure your affirmation is phrased in a positive statement. Do I have something here? Money flows to me easily and consistently. Something really simple as that. Or leaning into Kundalini and Tantric yoga mantras that are specifically aimed for increasing abundance. You can do that too, if that calls to you. Prosperity practices, so like journaling, get that manifestation journal, give it a try, because that allows you to start being aware of your finances. Visualization, lighting a candle just to kind of like set the mood so that you can get at your budgeting, but like turning it into a practice. So I thought that was a really cute way to ritualize it and build upon, because sometimes when we can like block out a date a month, I know that's helpful for me with my spiritual practices, like blocking out certain days of the week or days of the month, and just like that's my day, that's it. So you can do the same thing with money. It's cute. Um, and finally, just take one small aligned action today. Something super simple. Shifts don't happen overnight, but one small intentional action can change your money trajectory. It's shifting the energy, right? I think I said in the last Moonlit Metaphysics, it looks like overnight success to others on the outside, but you've been carefully curating your mindset, your actions, your behaviors, your emotions, your thoughts, your beliefs, and even your spiritual practices to align with your goals. So little by little, it starts off with a tiny baby step. You got this. Like talk to money nice today. Check your bank account. What's going on in your bank account? But yeah, that's it, guys. That's all I have for you today in regards to the love language of money and how you can build a thriving relationship with wealth. Um, let's let this ambulance pass so that I could say my last thing and it won't be so annoying. New York City. Okay, but ultimately, healing your money relationship is about more than just your finances. It's about reclaiming your power straight up and down. Something try to take it away from you, you need to reclaim it because you are the magician and all is mental. When you start seeing money as an ally rather than an enemy, everything changes. Trust me. So if you're ready to go deeper into this type of work and you wanted to learn more about manifestation techniques, how to completely uh, dissolve the money blocks that are preventing you from moving forward, how to break free from financial patterns that no longer serve you, I invite you to check out my Manifestation Mastery program. It's not yet out, so the link below will be to sign up for the wait list because I'm dropping information on that soon. But that's if like the money thing resonates with you and you want to learn how to manifest properly because your manifestation game has been off or buffering or what have you. Yeah, manifestation mastery might be for you. We take a whole bunch of spiritual practices mixed with practical financial strategies and a little bit of like advanced manifestation magic, because you already know I had to. And we put it all together to just like make your path clear toward abundance. Okay. But if you're looking to get clear on another level, like clear within your own self and just energetically balance, reset, restore, because sometimes we just need to like clear it all out in order to align to what it is we're trying to do, consider my retreat. I am hosting an amazing retreat this year in October, late October, October 24th through the 27th in beautiful Puerto Rico. And I invite you to come on out. It is the Aligned and Unstoppable Soul Reawakening Retreat, where if you've been feeling off your game and you need a space, a sacred space to reset and realign so that you can manifest powerfully, this is it. This is it, guys. So information is down below as well. Um, I I'm taking the applications now. So if you're interested in that, sign up because spots are limited. Spots are limited, guys. And anybody who's on the retreat list right now is going to get an email tomorrow. So you might want to jump on that. Okay, guys? But thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Moonlit Metaphysics. By the way, if you're curious, our full moon that's coming up soon is Tuesday? Wednesday, February 12th, full moon in Leo. Okay, so that's going to give us a lot of me energy, but the moon quickly transits into Virgo. So it's going to quickly transit into how can I take control of these situations going on in my life right now. So just a little heads up on that full moon coming out on Wednesday. Thank you so much, guys. Love you. See you next month. Bye.